to state their religion, to state whether they are pro-gay or whatever, because those were not reasons why a person should or should not be voted in to the exco. So for this last AGM, those questions were asked. And statements were made that if you are not pro-gay, then you are not fit to be in this organization.
So that is discrimination.
Is that for a fact?
Yes. Oh, that was what was said. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
However, don't you think that the fact that you are all from the same church, or many of you board members are from the same church, Christian church, it allowed you to be perceived as representing a narrow interest, and that if you had, say, been had a Malay member, or maybe a Buddhist member, or that would have perhaps been a better strategy for representing a wider range of
sure.
Singaporean
I understand
society.
what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Now, for the AGM election, we didn't know who was standing, whether there will be Malay, there will be Chinese, or Indian, or Buddhist, or Catholics, or Hindus. Nobody knew the outcome of the meeting that day. Okay, and when the truth was, like I had said, Claire had lamented that she couldn't get enough people to support her in the running of the exco. So she asked for names of members who would be willing to support her in the election. And I separately on my own said, okay, I don't mind if that's what you're looking at, publicity, marketing, I can help. I don't know what went on between the rest. And then that day when it came, Claire proposed me, and Dana Lam seconded me.
It was a free election. There were 20 people who stood for election. Among the 20 who stood for election, there were Indians. Was there any Malay? No.
Oh yes.
And then there were it was not all the 20 people came from Church of Our Savior or were Christians. There were atheists, there were Buddhists, and so on. And the AGM was attended by people who were interested enough to attend the AGM. And one of the items on the agenda was a proposed change in the Constitution. I would have thought, if you are a member of an organization that is tabling a motion to change the Constitution, you would be interested enough to attend and vote on such an important constitutional matter. So, but only 100 people turned up out of a membership of 350. And those people who turned up have the right to vote. And they voted out of the 20 people who stood for elections. We were voted. And so if you ask us whether we should have a rainbow connection and so on, it's really up to the members there to vote. And there were the minorities who stood for elections and they were not voted in.
And there were people who got as low as 8, below 10. And there were people who got as high as 82, and that was Lois based on her election speech, right?
Yes.
She gave a speech about her involvement with social enterprise and all those things, and she got very high votes. And I got equally high votes, just one behind her. Because on the account that I said I can do marketing publicity, and I want to raise the awareness of AWARE. Because Dana Lam herself had made a comment at the AGM that the number of calls made to the hotline seemed very, very small for an organization, for a women's organization. So I said, yes, not many people on the streets know what AWARE is all about. And if I can come in and help you raise the awareness of AWARE, I can contribute in that area. And I also talk about fundraising. Okay? I talk about fundraising. And I heard after the election that somebody said, oh, they all garnered from me because fundraising is very important. So,
and right at the start of the meeting, Constance herself lamented that there is no interest in the organization and AWARE needs to attract new blood. Brahma Mati herself, at one of the earlier AGMs, 2007 205, said that, oh, we need to have more new blood coming in. And she even advocated that the new blood be put on the exco straight away.
Yes.
And now that we are in, we seem to be seeing a totally different story. So we are, well, quite at a loss as to the sudden change.
Do you intend to challenge the proceedings today at all legally?
I think the legal position is already made very clear that there's a legal opinion given by Raja and Tan. So that actually is the position that we believe is the correct position. And that position is that we need not step down because constitutionally, election of the executive committee and office bearers are done at the annual general meeting. They are not the subject of an EGM. Therefore, notwithstanding the no confidence vote, we can choose to stay. Okay? But basically, we have considered, and of course, they expected us to make a decision in 5 minutes, but we had to take some time to really think through. And basically, we came to the conclusion that, for the sake of aware, we will step down.